Big XL. And just like that, once again, it's on.
And just like that, once again, it's on. What's up, world? It's your boy Vic XL. This is Ridin Durty Radio presents Ridin Durty Radio, the podcast. Ridin Durty Radio with Vic XL. We are the show that bridges the gap between hip hop and everyday life, man. I gotta say one time for WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta. Also gotta say one time for Beat Break Radio FM.com. Okay, all right, let's get into it. First of all, I gotta let you know and say thank you for our amazing sponsors, and I definitely want to let you know about them. One time for WMR Music Group. They are a marketing, promotion, and branding company. If you're an artist out there and you're trying to get your music to the next level, they definitely can assist you. Make sure you visit them at WMRresearch.com. I also got to say one time for Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. All right? Make sure you visit them at liquorlollipops.com. I also got to say one time for Dr. Juice Cleanse. Dr. Juice Cleanse is an all-natural cleanser that can do amazing things for your body, like help you lose weight. They also can help you have a balanced pH system for your body, as well as eliminate stress and slow down the aging process, plus more. Be sure to visit them at drjuicecleanse.com. Last but not least, gotta say one time for the good people over at Extreme Trap Apparel. You can visit them at Extreme Trap Apparel on Instagram. They are a 24-hour, they offer 24-hour customized trap apparel. All right, they got purses, tennis shoes, jewelry, accessories, you name it. But again, visit them at Extreme Trap Apparel on Instagram. All right, okay. Now let me run real quick over here to celebrity birthdays. I have quite a few. And we're going to start by saying happy birthday to Louisiana rapper, my man, Lil Bootsy. Lil Bootsy turns 37 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to what I like to call the hip-hop drummer. My man, Travis Barker, turns 44 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to Reverend Run, a.k.a. Run of Run DMC, a.k.a. Joseph Simmons. He turns 55 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to Detroit rapper Mr. Obi Trice. He turns 42 years old today. Also gotta say one time for Staten Island rapper Shaheem, a.k.a. Shaheem Franklin. He turns 40 years old today. And last but not least, gotta say happy birthday to founding member and DJ of the group Poor Righteous Teachers, DJ Father Shahid, turns 51 years old today. Definitely happy birthday to all those gentlemen. All right, today is Thursday, November the 14th, and today is National Family PJ Day. All right, National Family PJ Day. How do you observe National Family PJ Day? All right, what you do is pick out your coziest PJs, sleep in, snuggle in, and spend all day in them. Bring the entire family together, all right? Matched, mismatched. Even your fur baby can cuddle up and catch some shut-eye with you, all right? What better way to enjoy this celebration in comfort than in your PJs surrounded by the ones you love, all right? Take a selfie and share it on social media using the hashtag National Family PJ Day, all right? Again, today is November 14th, National Family PJ Day. Okay, let me move on to a little celebrity news. All right. You know what? I got to say this. Colin Kaepernick is doing a workout Saturday for some NFL teams. I know the Dallas Cowboys are interested, the Atlanta Falcons, just to name a couple. And it's going down here in Atlanta. Now, a lot of people feel like this is a publicity stunt by the NFL to basically say, hey, man, we gave him a shot. It didn't work out because, you know, the time and the date of it in such short notice. And, you know, we're going to see how it works out. We definitely all feel like Colin deserves a job in the NFL, and hopefully some teams will come through, and he's still got the skills, and he'll be picked up. Now, the one thing that's odd about this would have been Saturday at 3 p.m. You know, big games are on Sunday. And I doubt very serious any general manager, head coaches, and those are the people who have the signing power, will be at these trials. So I'm sure it's going to be a bunch of scouts and that type of thing. But regardless, let's cross our fingers for the best for Mr. Colin Kaepernick and this workout. And hopefully the NFL are really, really attempting to do the right thing by allowing him or assisting in getting him a job again in the NFL. So we're going to definitely be on the lookout and keep you guys posted on that thing. Okay? All right. Now, this is weird news. I'm going to have to find out more information about it and give it to you guys. But it seems like actor Tom Sizemore offered to wear a wire when he had a conversation with Suge Knight to prove that Suge Knight killed Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. Now, I don't know what Tom Sizemore relationship with Suge Knight is, but he offered to wear a wire just to get a confession for Suge. So we're going to see how that thing pans out. Because, again, I'm curious. I'm curious to know how their relationship was. All right, one time for my man Jay-Z. Jay-Z has bought back the intellectual property for Rocawear for $15 million. All right, so Dame Dash, everybody who feels like they have some form of intellectual property or some value or stake in Rocawear, Jay-Z just forked out $15 million to get the intellectual property back. So you're probably gonna stop seeing Rocawear in places like TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Jay-Z's probably gonna take it back to where it needs to be. So again, one time for Jay-Z for putting his money and mouth in the same place. All right. It seems like my man Spike Lee is currently directing a hip hop version of Romeo and Juliet. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that. That's going to be very, very interesting. I'm a huge fan of Spike Lee, and to see him do a Romeo and Juliet, that's going to be really dope. I hope so. One time for Spike Lee for definitely keeping it moving and, you know, just keeping it black, if I can say anything else, but for definitely keeping it black. All right. Now I just gave you guys. Last but not least, there is possibly a Set It Off remake in the works. But there definitely is a Set It Off stage play. It was here in Atlanta in 2019, and it will be back in 2020. I think in February. So if you get a chance to check it out, it's an awesome stage play. Definitely check it out. It's rumored that Issa Rae has a remake. It's also rumored that Vivica Fox is on board for the remake. So keep your eyes peeled for the Set It Off remake, but definitely if you get a chance to see the stage play, definitely check that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just gave you celebrity news. I let you know about celebrity birthdays. I let you know about our amazing sponsors. And I also let you know that today is National Family PJ Day. Now it's time for me to do what I enjoy doing most, and that's bringing you the people on the street, the people that are cultivating the culture, the people that are moving and shaking, the people that are creating, all right? The people that are bringing it to you, whether it's through hip-hop, whether it's through R&B, whether it's through music, entertainment, arts, philanthropism, or activism. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is no different. So welcome to the Ridin Durty platform, artists, etc. What's going on, my G?
What's up? What's going on? How you doing?
Man, just trying to maintain. The winter has really kicked in high gear here in the ATL, so I'm trying to stay warm, but I'm definitely living my best life.
Oh man, it kicked in ATL. Then it really must have just laid out here in New York City, man.
No doubt. So look, let's take these people on a magical ride with the artists, etc.
Right.
The first thing I want to do, want you to let the people know where you're from and what got you into the music business.
Where I'm from, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Where I feel it started too. Hip hop started in the Bronx, for Brooklyn is where the lyrics started. And what got me into music is I used to be on punishment so much for having a smart mouth all I could do was write. I couldn't go outside. So I started creating my own little stories and started doing poetry, and then poetry turned to music, and rap music turned to the guy that stands before you right now.
All right. You say you stayed on punishment a lot. Why were you on punishment so much as a young man?
Because I had a real smart mouth. I used to have a lot of sarcastic stuff to say. I'm a Sagittarius. So, you know, my mother used to be like, I ain't going to have this crap no more. You on punishment. You on punishment for 3 days. You on punishment for 5 days. So, you know, and then sometimes it turned into little butt whippings, but it was mostly punishment. So, you know, I couldn't look at TV, my VCR, and all that good stuff. So I just sat and I just wrote a lot. So I wrote about all the things that, you know, I should have been doing, but I didn't do. And that was it. And I just think that, you know, doing all that, it cultivated into an art form that, you know, brought me to this most successful career that I have right now.
All right, no doubt. Now, how did the name Etcetera come about?
Etcetera is a name that created because of the way I rhyme. I grew up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and everybody was doing like real hood stuff, speaking gangster verses, and I just didn't. I grew up on a brownstone tree block, and I wasn't really I'm like a T-shirt. There wasn't nothing hood about me. So I used to roam. They used to rhyme about, you know, the hard times and all that stuff. I used to rhyme about the real soft things, like how, you know, how colorful my sneakers are, and I used to bounce with my lyrics, and my style used to be so different from theirs that they used to say, you like over there, you like Etcetera, like this is like the soap, and I said, wow, it's dope, Etcetera. And then my partner at the time was like, we need to name it that. We need to say Etcetera. That's like one of the dopest names, and I just stuck with it, and I registered it, and then the rest is history. Like, I see some people try to duplicate it, but, you know, it's the best form of flattery. Duplication is always the best form of flattery, but when it comes down to it, put your awards where your name is, and they can't stack up.
Oh, definitely. Look, now I gotta say, in speaking of awards, man, you are a very acclaimed artist to be a independent artist. Like, let's talk about some of these things, you know, that you've definitely accomplished in your journey. Like, number one, how did you become a global ambassador for Lamborghini Cologne?
Well, no, it's Lamborghini Champagne.
Champagne. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Lamborghini Champagne. So over the years, I wasn't always independent. I started off ghostwriting, then I started off doing like underground records. Then I got on to Universal Music Group, and then I was along with a friend of mine. He was on Atlantic Records. His name is Kwame. He started really, you know, cultivating me. So I followed a major market for a long period of time. And then just like they learned, I, you know, also learned from another good friend of mine. His name is Tone. He's part of the Trackmasters. So being with them back and forth and being under this major influence, I've always been under the major. And I know that now it's time to really take my career and move it to ownership. And all through those times, I picked up a lot of things and multiple awards for Best Writer, Best New Artist, Best Aspiring Artist, Best Video. You know, I got, you know, outside acclaims, the most artists with the most improved flow, and, you know, different awards. So over the span of time, I've taken my career, cultivated. You know, I even got Black Honor Awards, you know, achievement for assisting in, you know, community service. So when you talk about it, my music and also my I get it wrong all the time, philanthropy has been like extraordinary, and it's brought me to a certain part of my career where people are like, I didn't even know you did all that, and I'm like, yeah, because that's not what you're checking for. But I've earned a multiple award winner, and I've sold like a lot of records. I've done a lot of things. So when I look at my career, and I'm like, wow, it's accomplished. But I look at everything like it's a new journey. So, and then with the Lamborghini is knowing that my style is so very, unique. My style is very to the point. My style, I change every year because that's just what I've been doing since I began. Lamborghini was at a Grammy event that I was at, and they just approached me. And I was like, man, they did some research on me. They watched the background. They said, we love your market. And I was co-signed by a gentleman named Blue Williams and Morocco Turner. Blue Williams he owns Family Tree. He also manages Nick Canon, he's also one of the ambassadors of Lamborghini Champagne. He has separate bottles. I have separate bottles along with Mr. Jerry Wonder. And they took us all as a conglomerate and was like, this is your style. This is who you are. So can we make our brand mesh with your brand, and let's make magic? And, here it is. And now I'm like, I have 4 ads that plastered all over, and people associate with me, which builds my brand even more.
No doubt. So, with all your accolades and everything you've accomplished,
yes,
what do you feel like the most valuable accolade to you is?
My most valuable?
I mean, the one that you're most proud of, yes.
My son and my daughter.
Okay, no doubt. No doubt.
No, yeah, that's like but musically, one of my accolades is one of my best flow. It's my award from the Image Award, my best flow, the best flow award. I believe I've cultivated that, and not too many people get that award. They take like artists with like the most unique, the most stylish, the most impressive flows, and they only gave out 7 of those over the past 12 years, and I was number 3 on that list, and I just thought that was like phenomenal, because someone took a kid from Brooklyn that always on punishment, that stood in front of crowds. I went from rhyming in front of a mirror to rhyming to almost 45 to 50,000 people, and being able to keep that up and for someone to acknowledge that amongst my peers and amongst others, I think that's like that award makes me just say, damn, it's all worth it.
I can definitely dig it. Now, speaking of children, would you encourage your children to get into the music business?
Well, my son doesn't want to. My son doesn't want to. My daughter, she sings like extraordinarily well. She's been featured with Yolanda Adams. She's been featured in certain venues. But my daughter's more of clothing. So I've helped her start her own clothing line, which actually is premiering this Saturday in one of the major malls in New York City. And she's been, coached by a young lady named Tiffany, which is the marketing director for Sean John. So it's up to her. I would never tell them no, not get into music. That's my path. I would tell them create your own path, and if that's the path you want to go, no matter what you want to do, I'll help you.
Okay. All right. The last question I gotta ask, and then we're gonna talk about this music you create. All right. You mentioned 2.
All right.
You mentioned 2 names that me being the hip hop head I am, I definitely followed their careers. You mentioned Kwame,
Yeah.
and you mentioned, as I know him, Red Hot Lover Lover Tone of Trackmasters.
Yeah, it's my dope.
What's it like, man? What's it like?
AKA Samuel Barnes.
What's it like being in that circle, man? I mean, because those guys were definitely creators of style. They definitely were trendsetters when it came to the microphone, and they both have even transcended to multiple magnitudes of platinum hit records because they're both now on the production side. So, what's it like being in the company of those great gentlemen?
Well, it's like night and day. Being in the tone, being in the presence of Tone, it's enlightening because I get to see a lot more, or I did get to see a lot more of the business side. I did get to see a lot more of the negotiation and how the mechanics of music works and how the mechanics of the industry works. Watching him and Pope, back in the day was like so inspirational. And, when I started my career, it started like I drifted away a little bit, but then I really watched him from the outside and see how well he worked and how he maneuvered his business. And then flipping over to being with Kwame, in the beginning of my career, I watched to see how the performance, how to perform correctly, how to carry yourself, how to the etiquette of a performer and the stature. So I just took those people amongst the other people that they used to introduce me to, I used to be in the same room with, that are now like multi-successful and, legendary. And I took that and I said, you know what? As a youth, I just pieced it together. And then that's another reason why Etcetera is so powerful, because I pieced things together and created the Etcetera brand off of that. And that's what makes like people like Lamborghini, a multi-million-dollar company, and that has license to Champagne, say, we want to deal with you because your longevity, you remind us of a Will Smith. You remind us of a Chance the Rapper. You remind us of this, but you're wrapped up into one. So, plus I do multiple things. I do soundtracks, source music on movies. I write. I can really, really rap my ass off. Like, I'm super nice. I do structured records, and I can handle business. And I can dress it up. And I look good in a suit. So, of course, I'm hot.
All right. So let's talk about this dual single, because it's very rare to catch cats doing a dual single. You got 2 joints out right now. Let's definitely talk about both of those joints. The first one let's talk about is Dance For You. Tell me a little bit about that one.
Yeah. Well, Dance For You is it's a Caribbean feel, because as Etcetera, I'm multi-talented. I don't feel I want to be trapped in a box. So Dance For You has a Caribbean hip-hop feel, and I wanted Dance For You to be exciting. So I went through an entire list. I was like, I went to my man, friend Am. He's a phenomenal producer for like Busta Rhymes and, some independent artists and Ja Rule. And I was like, y'all need this flavor. So we sat down and he said, this is you. And I said, who would be hot on this? And a year ago or so, I ran into a friend of mine. Her name was Kaya Jones. She's formerly of the Pussycat Dolls. And she was like, yo, we need to do a record. And I was like, yeah. But between my last album coming out and her album coming out, we never really did it. And then everybody says, oh, you're going to do a song with the white girl. And I was like, nah, she's actually part Jamaican. And when she said that, I was like, you want to try this record? And I wrote everything. I wrote from the raps to the singing. And I linked up with my homegirl, Jamel Jones. And that record is like incredible. Like, we knew it was going to be good, I just didn't know it was going to be this good. And when the numbers came back on it, I was like, holy shit. But it just felt good when we was doing it. So Dance for You featuring Kaya Jones and Etcetera was supposed to happen. It was just supposed to happen. And, you know, she's a great artist. She's a phenomenal artist. And I figured, you know, how can I go wrong with one of the Pussycat Dolls? How?
No doubt, no doubt. Also, talk about Way Up.
Oh, shit. Way Up is what it is. Way Up is one of them. Way Up is on the other side of the earth. Way Up is one of those mixtures between, you're trying to mix trap, you're trying to mix go-go, you're trying to put in like a little Future, and you're trying to put in that Etcetera flavor, and then you mixed it with my man Billionz, 50 Billionz. He's like, you know, he's like a street general right now. And, you know, we're looking at that, mixing it up, and then we want to put it out and make songs that transcend. So when my man Fran, again, he produced the same track, I was like, how can you give me this record and turn around and give me this record? He said, because you're Etcetera. It's multi-diverse. You kidding me? You could do anything. I'm like, wow. And how do you say somebody tell you could do anything and then you don't do anything? So when that record came, it was like a song that it just meshed. So I took a long time when they came up with the hook. It took a long time to put that record together because I knew people like, you know, people like yourself, people like, you know, Billboard, people like the Sound Exchange DJs, Media Base. I knew that they were just an iHeart Radio. I knew that they would go, okay, we got to fuck with this dude. And that dual single thing is, so my fan base is very broad. So I didn't want to let anybody down, man. So it had to, so I'm working double hard, running back and forth, doing 2 separate singles. So I feel like Superman. I keep
90 seconds.
Because, you know, you got to wear one set of clothes for Way Up, another set of clothes for Dance for You.
Right.
So.
Right, no doubt. So look, this is my last question. Well, it's a twofold.
You sure?
Nah, I'm running out of time. I want to talk to you all night, but I'm running out of time. I got it. Because we live in an internet era, how has the internet affected your career when it comes to assisting or not doing what you needed to do when it comes to getting your music into the ears of people?
All right. Say that one more time.
How has the internet affected your career?
Well, the internet opened up different eyes, different ears that could hear and see, Etcetera. For people that really didn't know who I was and people that, you know, thought they knew, now you can be personable with me. So I answer 90% of my Instagrams. I have almost 17 different social media platforms
10 seconds.
that I designate. But it's increased it because people are more aware of me. When I go places, it's quicker access. You know, you already feel like, you know, you're a part of me, or you're a part of what I do. You're a part of my whole movement. Just like when they text me or they DM me, I DM them right back. They're like, yo, you wait a minute. You like you just at the Grammys. How are you DM me? I said, because I'm real, just like you. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not, you know, I'm not down to earth. Listen, I got to go to sleep and wake up too, but the internet has broadened my horizon. Internet has introduced me to different genres of people, and it has put me in touch with a brand new audience that thinks I'm amazing. And I'm like, wow, I never knew that people from, you know, Iceland would be like, we love you, Etcetera. I'm like, oh, snap. People from Ohio, Michigan, Bangkok would reach out to me and say, you know, we want you to perform here. You know, And I just think the internet is like the best, you know, and it's not all because who likes it or how many numbers you got. It all brings down to who wants to be a part of what you're doing. And I just make it real interesting for people to want to mess with me.
All right.
You know?
All right. Well, do me a favor. Tell the people how to find you when it comes to the World Wide Web.
How the World Wide Web? You got to go to Ridin Durty Radio, and you got to speak to Big Vic and say, listen, we got to get Etcetera where you got to be. So Big Vic is going to be like, listen, this is... Now, you can catch me on The Real Etcetera and Instagram. You can look at www.IamEtcetera.com. You can look at I Am Etcetera on Twitter. You know, I try to get the whole gambit of the words and the introduction to who I am, because I am Etcetera. Plus, I am the real Etcetera. So anything that and you could Google Etcetera on CBS and look down and be like, okay, I'm gonna email them there, because if somebody watching my social media or watching my emails and my internet all the time, you know, so I want you to be able to reach out to me. Like, I want to, you know, I've never performed in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, we got to get
but
you
I
out here.
performed in Savannah, Georgia.
We got to get you out here, my G.
Yeah. Yeah, I was out there for something we was out there for, and then I just went over to Savannah. I've never been in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know why, you know, but I'm gonna do my best. If you can, I'm coming.
All right.
I want to see how it is, man.
All right, no doubt. Look, we got to close this thing out. So I want you to close it out by introducing both records. We're gonna start with that Dance for Me, and then also introduce that Way Up.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? This is the big homie, Etcetera. I want to introduce one of the hottest records climbing the charts, hitting Billboard in January. Is Dance for You, featuring Kaya Jones, following up with Way Up, next record on the Billboard, featuring my man Billionz. You're going to hear about it. Way Up video out next week. Dance for You video out 6 weeks later. And we keep it sexy. Keep it a billion. Thank you, Big Vic.
Appreciate it, my G.
Dirty Radio, man.
I appreciate it, my G. Have a blessed night.
You know, my man.
I know you want get to know me just by the look on your face. I know you're watching me, cause I'm watching you while I wind up my waist. I know you see me, don't make it easy for you to look away. And if you wanna please me, you have to please me every day. Wanna do something that'll make you feel alright. And maybe we can make this thing last all night. I like to, you like to, we like to make it come down. I like to, you like to, we like to make it go out.
Grind a little bit and whine a little bit and move your body next to mine. I want you to dip a little bit and shift a little bit and do this just one more time. I do it like, look, you was all I needed to see, and right here watching you is where I needed to be. So stop that. You making me weak when you drop that. You can do anything with your backside, just not that. Cause you just making me open. You're about to move like water, motion. Can I put my hands on your waistline? Then make it move to the baseline. Whoa, back it up, whoa, back it up. You break it down and I'ma jack it up. My, it must be. Is it hot in here or is it just me?
I like to, you like to, we like to make it come down. I like to, you like to, we like to make it go out. I like to, you like to, we like to
After the party, they always want to party more, so we stay up. After the alcohol, get them naked, lusty, then they want to lay up. I live that rock star lifestyle, I'm just hoping that I wake up. So we can do it all again tomorrow after snatching all the paper. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. We be in spots that keep it poppin' like mosh pit. Got pocket watches, trying to figure out how to watch fit. Hustle lot different, got a pile of beef for that cockpit. No ice round my neck, cause my chest starting to get frostbit. Like, be up on that, and we gon' never stop. All out in our rock. And I don't give a damn what they have to say, cause they don't mean I'm staying that way. Party, they always wanna party more, so we stay up. After the alcohol, get them naked, lusty, then they wanna lay up. I live that rock star lifestyle, I'm just hoping that I wake up. So we can do it all again tomorrow after snatching all the paper. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. Party and I don't do checks, that's last year. I don't even walk to that cashier. I'm in prime mode to the lyrics sitting in clear view. The Lambo comes to like clear view. All nights and out my nights like Shawn Etcetera. All I see is them beats waiting out. All that I see, I don't give a damn what they have to say, cause they don't mean I'm staying that way. Party, they always wanna party more, so we stay up. After the alcohol, get them naked, lusty, then they wanna lay up. I live that rock star lifestyle, I'm just hoping that I wake up. So we can do it all again tomorrow after snatching all the paper. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. All we do is party and pay the cheese. Party and pay the cheese. Party
Alright, one time for my man, etc. It's your boy Big XL. This is Ridin Durty Radio, the Ridin Durty Podcast. Y'all have a blessed night, alright? Alright.